My name is Jing Zhen. I think I met a lot of you already. Thank you. And a lot of good new faces as well. I'm the go-to-market specialist for Amazon Connect. You probably wonder, what is that? Yeah, my day-to-day job is to work with customers and partners like you, make sure we deliver the service you're looking for, and get the full value out of it. The most important is I bring all the latest great innovation, the private previews, the secret betas to you, so you will be able to work with us more closely. Today, I will have Tom and Alex here joining me, presenting, and I'll let them to introduce themselves later. For the next 45 to 50 minutes, we'll focus on some topics. First is, what is your challenge? What are your top challenges managing your workforce? Why do you need an AI approach to optimize, to make your resource planning more efficiently? And Tom is going to talk about how you use Amazon Connect to optimize your workforce management. And Alex from Fujitsu will share their story, how to gain cost saving and efficiency for operation using Amazon Connect. But before we start that, I would like to ask the audience, how many of you have worked in workforce management before, or resource planning? Oh, great, we have 20%, 30% of people. Oh, great, we have experts here. Of course, when we look at workforce management, there are a lot of challenges, and I hope some of this also align what you're looking for too. First is missed SLA and business goals. As a business leader like you, of course, you want to deliver a very good customer experience, but you don't want to overrun your agents, or you don't want to overspending, because 75% of the cost for contact center is agent cost. You don't want to overspend them, leading to your overhead or operation cost. Too many agents, of course, over budgeting on your operation cost, but too little agents also leads to your customers wait for too long, and the impact to CSAT. Now you think about, to achieve those goals, how can you keep the right amount of agent at the right time to serve your contacts? And it is very challenging sometimes to keep the just right balance for you. And a lot of times when you deploy a new workforce management tool, you have to integrate your contact centers, right? That could cost tens of thousands of dollars a month to complete integration, configure it, and also train the users. Your user have used many different tools and switch back and forth. And also, your managers will be very challenged to get all the insights from different data sets, because now you have different tools. That means disparate data sets. Either they're not complete, or they speak different language. So we do also have customers using on-prem. I don't know how many of you are using on-prem workforce management tools. Okay, I see a couple, great. Yeah, it's very hard to scale up and down. And with also this fixed licensing per agent, that really adds on to your total cost of ownership. So we see a lot of great opportunity for us to improve your, to use an AI approach to improve your operation efficiency. That's gonna be our focus today. Of course, before we get to the details, how many of you are familiar with Amazon Connect? I expect a lot of you are here. Yes, okay, great. Thanks for being our loyal customer. Just in case you're new to Amazon Connect, it is the one single application for customer service and be able to deliver a seamless experience across your entire team. It's used by tens of thousands of customers around the globe, from very small to very large. But you probably want to know what makes Amazon Connect different. First, it is the true cloud center, so you can scale up and down very easily. We also provide you the ways to adopt innovation very quickly. With just a couple clicks, you can add conversational analytics like contact lens. You can also turn on our forecasting, capacity planning with just a couple clicks too. Most importantly, we give you free trials, so you can try it out and get the full value out of it, and you only pay what you use after free trials. And also, we build our AI at every interaction of Amazon Connect. So you will be able to leverage them, get the real life benefits. You probably see the slides many times, but most importantly, today, we really want to focus on the manager side, supervisor and managers. If you take a look at the personas from Amazon Connect, first, we offer omnichannel. Your customer can reach out to you, engage you with the channels they prefer. Your agent can use their different productivity tools to get the job done easily. Your administrator team can also manage all the services in one application. But most importantly, now your supervisor, your managers can predict your workload, plan resources, and they can also understand why my customers are calling you and what are the call drivers, the main call drivers impacting my KPIs the most. And of course, you can use QM automation to be able to get your improve agent performance evaluation. I know a lot of you have been working with me for both evaluations and forecasting and capacity planning. And that's going to be our topic today. Of course, we have many, many customers work with us, and they share their stories. John Hancock is part of Manual Life Insurance. They was on the same stage with us last year, and thank you for being with us, a good partnership there. And they have adopted forecasting, capacity planning, scheduling, and especially get the benefit from the forecasting accuracy and efficient scheduling. Sorry, I got too excited talking about you guys. Ameriflex is a leading health provider in North America. They don't have a team with WFM tools. They never use it. They will be able to go production in very short time, 2 months. And Fujitsu team, which is Alex here, he's going to share how they will be able to gain the efficiency, not only because of saving the cost of integration, but also how you use the data from Connect to capture all the insights. And so you will be able to improve your efficiency with your operations too. With that, I would like to hand over to Tom to talk about Amazon Connect and how to use that to optimize your efficiency.
Thank you, Jing. Always proud of what their engineers build and ship.
Thank you.
Super excited to have Alex on stage with me. Also excited to have John Hancock, who's one of our earliest customers, beta 1, I think, in the audience. And that's a testimony to the relationship.
It's not working.
I want to emphasize, you've all heard it, Amazon works backwards from customers. We try to solve problems, we provide opportunities. So when I talk about something we think we do well, I'm going to introduce it by saying something that's a challenge to us. Fonzie, is my microphone on? Sorry, but I can use the handheld, James. Sorry. No problem. Okay, is that better? Yep. Okay. We love customers. I mentioned having John Hancock here and obviously Fujitsu. Amazon works backwards from what customers need. That's generally, solving a problem, a painkiller, and sometimes it's providing an opportunity. As we go through, the next 9 slides, I'm going to introduce, hey, there is a problem, and then talk about how we solve it. So, just pay attention for that. So, Amazon Connect, forecasting, capacity planning, and scheduling is a machine learning set of capabilities that help you manage your workforce and deliver a great result for your customers. In the past, many customers used a contact center solution from one vendor and a workforce management solution from another. It could take 6 weeks, longer, tens of thousands of dollars to implement that. And when the implementation was done, they didn't always stay in sync, and you couldn't really merge the data sets to get the answers to the questions you wanted. So we addressed that by building our own set of capabilities from the ground up. We didn't buy anyone else's IP. It's all written by Amazon engineers. That process that took, I'm just going to say 6 weeks, it could take longer, tens of thousands of dollars. No one wants to spend that long. No one wants to spend that kind of money. And you have to do that in many cases before you can even try a solution. So we've created an easy to get started and use solution. Jing presented our solution to a customer this past December, so not quite a year ago, 11 months ago. And they were up and running in production, 500 agents in less than a month. And they could have been faster, right? They had a few delays just on their own team. But that's what we want to deliver. How many folks here in the WFM space use like a triple smoothed exponential formula or some algebraic formula to predict their forecasts? Anyone? I can't see. Okay. Those take work, right? You have complex Excel models, or maybe you have another tool, and it takes work to put those together. They can be quite accurate sometimes. But by building in ML to our solution, we give you a short-term forecast that's actually highly accurate, and Alex will talk about how accurate it is. The folks from John Hancock did last year. And it arrives every morning, right? You just get there, it's ready for you to work with. We also do a lot of work. The problem is your managers and your agents don't want to spend time messing with this. You just, hey, give me a great schedule. If you're an agent, let me follow it. Deliver great schedules. If you're a manager, help me deal with, time off, and things like that over time. Make those easy to use. So that's what our goal was. We have 5 basic modules: forecasting, capacity planning, scheduling, schedule adherence, intraday monitoring, and we are in Oregon, US West 2, US East 1, London, Frankfurt, Sydney, Singapore, Tokyo, Seoul, and Canada. Okay, now, forecaster. If you're an analyst or a forecaster, you want an accurate schedule, right? You want to have the right number of agents to hit your desired service level target. Too many, you're spending money that you don't need to spend. Too few, and you're working your agents too hard. There'll probably be high occupancy, maybe attrition, and you're likely to miss your service level targets. So most customers that move to us have seen at least a 2 to 3% improvement in forecast accuracy. Some quite a bit more. I don't know if Alex is going to mention any comparative numbers. We'll find out a little bit. But remember, as Jing pointed out, the agent cost is roughly 75% of your contact center cost. So if you have the wrong number of agents, that could be a large number, right? So that's the problem we're trying to solve here. Okay, let's see, when you look at, okay, resource planning. How many people do you need to meet the need? And I'm not talking about next week or the following week. I'm talking like, hey, next quarter, the quarter after that, how many do I need? I call it sort of the time frame in which you might recruit, hire, and train someone. Okay, that's what our planning module does. We use AI for that. We don't use Erlang C. If you're a math geek like I am, come up to me after the session and we can talk about all the vagaries of Poisson distributions and why Erlang C, which is a genius formula, it turns out not to be the right thing to use though. For scheduling, we have really good AI-powered scheduling models. And they're going to optimize the heck out of a schedule. Why is that important? We're going to give you the solution that helps you have the right agents at the right time to meet your demand without driving occupancy too high, without missing customer needs. And again, customers have said we're typically 2 to 3% more efficient than the alternative they were using. Some numbers have been higher, but we also comply to business rules, and this is important. And this was, by the way, Alex, thank you. This was part of our partnership or our work with Fujitsu. They came to us and said, hey, we need to schedule agents in a country where you can work 3 Sundays but not 4. And, we said, okay. We thought about it, and we said, yeah, we can do that. And it wasn't just for Fujitsu. We had other customers that needed it too. But that's an example of things where we have worked to meet customer needs. Our supervisors, it's easy to add or edit or remove a shift. You can manage time off, manage overtime, voluntary time off requests. Why is this important? Hey, you want your managers managing, not doing paperwork or the equivalent of paperwork. This is a great way to do it. It's easy, it's quick, it's very easy to learn. We have a customer in the UK who has said, hey, we're growing our deployment. In the past, we would have had people come in for half a week or 2/3 of a week of training. We think we can get away with a 10-page PDF manual and a few phone calls. So just making it easier to adopt, easier to use is a big deal, and it saves customers, increases customer happiness and saves money. If you're an agent, you get a great schedule, you can create time off requests, you can track and manage them. It's integrated with our workspace. So if you're using the Amazon Connect Agent Workspace, it all just works seamlessly. Something that's relatively new is our intraday forecasting dashboard. This predicts the workload and staffing that you need for the next 24 hours. And it lets you take proactive actions to improve your efficiency. So for example, you'll get a machine learning model that will, in near real time, meaning every 15 minutes, predict demand, average speed of answer, effective staffing levels. And if these things are out of sync, you can take an action. What's the big deal here? Well, it's our high-class ML model, and it turns out that there's often, not always, signal at, say, 9:30 a.m. that there will be a problem a few hours later, in time for you to take action, in time for you to say to an agent, hey, we don't need you on the phones at this time or in chat. Why don't you go take an online training session or do a one-on-one? Or, alternatively, hey, demand is going to be high. Let's cancel some of those training sessions. Let's cancel those one-on-ones and keep our agents on the phones or in chat. So before Alex comes up, this is my last slide. I just want to reiterate that we give you great onboarding, no 6 weeks, no tens of thousands of dollars, highly accurate forecasts that arrive every morning, accurate capacity plans to tell me how many agents you'll need in the future, efficient schedules, easy management of those schedules, and high-quality intraday monitoring. With that, Alex.
Thank you very much.
Why don't you just use this one? But I can. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Tom, and thank you very much, Ying. Hello, everyone. My name is Alex. Let me start with, thank you. So let me start by introducing you to Fujitsu. Fujitsu was born in Tokyo, Japan, from the joint venture of Fuji Electric Company and Siemens AG from Germany. Since it was founded back in 1935, Fujitsu has been innovating information and communication technologies all around the world. A long line of landmark achievements and product milestones have made Fujitsu what it is today, a leading company in the technology industry. Fujitsu has inspired many of the enabling breakthroughs in information and communication technologies over the last century. As a global technology leader, we proudly serve customers across 6 continents, and we do so with a dedicated workforce of over 124,000 employees. This diverse and talented team is the backbone of our success, and it enables us to deliver exceptional services around the world. We're trusted by leading organizations across a diverse set of industries, from healthcare and financial services to retail and manufacturing. This wide-ranging trust reflects the strength and flexibility of our solutions to meet the unique needs of each different sector. So, did you know that Fujitsu is the 10th largest IT provider in the world? Do you also know that Fujitsu is number 1 IT service provider in the world? Did you know that our revenue for FY23 was 37.5 Okyugen? And that we serve customers in more than 180 countries, and we do so in more than 40 different languages. This highlights the complexity of our use case, which we will dive into the next few slides. Now, let's get ready to see how we're tackling these challenges head on. Let's take a look at this powerful quote from Katrina McDonald. She's the head of thought leadership, who sheds some light on how our shift to a standardized global model using FCS is transforming the way that we work. By simplifying integration, we're drastically reducing the cost and ownership expenses. With a consumption-based price model, we have eliminated the risk of hefty upfront investments and long-term contracts. FCS is also helping us streamline administrative tasks, and managers can focus on optimization. And the best part, it provides valuable insights into our service desk operations, empowering us to make data-driven staffing decisions that will improve both customer effectiveness and service quality. We embark on a mission to modernize and standardize our service desk platform across multiple regions. This transformation wasn't just a technical upgrade. It was about driving innovation, reducing costs, and enhancing support for a growing customer base. Our goal was very clear. We needed to replace a fragmented, outdated system and provide that with a unified solution across every single location. This change was essential for scalability, consistency, and proving our services to deliver seamless customer experience globally. The project was ambitious. We needed to migrate 150 different service desks across 6 countries, supporting more than 450 customers daily, and we did so by setting a very bold target. We needed to get this migration in place in under 9 months, and we were actually able to accomplish that. Building on this success, we're now focused on implementing next generation features such as seamless chat and real voice time translation, voice and chatbots, automated quality evaluations, and generative AI in 3 different use cases: agent, manager, and self-service assist. These innovations will further elevate our customer experience and operational efficiencies, positioning us as leaders in the digital landscape. Now let's take a little bit a look about our migration metrics. Our transformation journey was more than just updating technology. It was about driving real measurable costs. By consolidating platforms, we were able to cut operational costs down by 50%, doing so by reducing licenses, infrastructure, and telephony costs. Moving to AWS, we were also able to reduce our telephony costs by 40%, while the introduction of our seamless chat translation feature enabled us to do a reduction of $250 per agent per month by enabling us to introduce that service. Automating quality management has led to a 30% reduction in our QA process, and the migration to FCS has also helped us reduce the need for specialized resources to manage the platform, providing savings of over $325,000 annually. In total, all of these optimizations have helped reduce the total cost of ownership by 14%, reinforcing our commitment to efficiency and innovation. Now, I would like you to walk through the implementation of our FCS migration, designed to address specific integration challenges while meeting specific needs for our global delivery centers. The solution that we implemented addresses key integration challenges that we experience and meets the specific needs of our global delivery centers. It ensures compliance with labor laws. It integrates HR systems as well as CRM and ITSM tools. It helps us enforce data retention policies, and it provides us with real-time metrics for intraday management. This impact has been significant. We have been able to reduce total cost of ownership by 14%. We have an expected reduction of 15% in FTEs, and we have also saved $325,000 annually by removing the need of subject matter experts that are dedicated to managing the platform. We are also achieving 96.25% in accuracy in the first 2 weeks of implementing this in the first accounts that we have migrated into the solution. We're ensuring optimal staffing and operational efficiencies. This solution not only helps us resolve current challenges, but it also helps us drive compliance, cost savings, and smarter data-driven decisions. Now, this is a graphic that shows how that 96.25 accuracy in the first accounts that we implemented over a period of 2 weeks looks like. This level of precision ensures that we can consistently align staffing with demand, helping us minimize overstaffing and reducing underutilization. It is a key factor in optimizing efficiencies, and maintaining service quality across all of our operations. When we introduced this new tool to the team, the response was overwhelmingly positive. One of the first key things that everyone noticed was how much more time efficient it is compared to previous solution. One of the things that we experienced when doing an analysis of all the different tools in the market is how the interface has been the same over the past 20 years. This is one of the key benefits that we got with migrating into FCS. It helps us take that into a next step. Our support staff started using the tool, and another key benefit became clear. The interface was incredibly user-friendly. Team members felt confident navigating the tool with minimal training needed, and this ease of use was a key factor on adoption and boosting productivity for our support staff. Finally, for those managing the tool, the difference was night and day. Compared to the old solution, administration was far simpler and less time-consuming. The combination of these improvements goes to show the dedication that our team has to the success of this project. As the team grew more familiar with this tool, we began to explore additional capabilities. We took data coming out of the data lake and combined that with additional AWS services, in this case with Amazon QuickSight. Looking at this graphic, you can see how this heat map uses real-time data from the solution to visualize, highlight agent availability, workload distribution, and peak demand periods. Instead of relying on manual analysis or static reports, managers now have at-a-glance view of schedule efficiency and potential gaps. This has made decision-making much faster and more productive. Adjustments to staffing can be made proactively, ensuring optimal coverage during high demand periods while avoiding overstaffing in slower periods. This heat map is just one example of how we use different AWS services to combine them with Amazon Connect and forecasting capacity and scheduling to provide better tools for our support staff. As we continue to refine the workforce scheduling system, we're focused on ensuring compliance with local labor laws across the different countries where we operate. First, we needed the system to handle individual and group allowances for uninterrupted weekly rest, especially for remote staff in different countries. For regions with specific local requirements, the tool needed to allocate time for teams accordingly and be able to generate reports for government audits and compliance reviews. Similarly, daily rest requirements was another critical factor. The system had to allocate individual daily rest periods for remote staff while ensuring that group allowances for teams in countries with particular rules were done and implemented. Reporting features were essential to track compliance and provide the necessary documentation needed during audits. Lastly, as a supervisor, it was very important that the system could automatically manage work schedules, ensuring that agents didn't exceed a set number of working days, like a 6-day limit followed by a mandatory day off. The tool needed to automatically enforce this rule, ensure that agents' schedules remain compliant, but also generate reports for audits and compliance purposes, making the process seamless and transparent. The collaboration between Fujitsu and AWS has been a critical success factor for our project. AWS has worked with us, working backwards from our customer requirements and ensuring that we can accelerate the needs of our business and be able to move at a quick pace so that we can provide and drive savings to our customers. Some examples of this include shift rotation, the ability to take data coming out of the data lake and provide visual representations, real-time metrics, intraday management, weekly schedule views, and monthly views enable all of that coming from data in the data lake and integrating that into FCS. Again, these are some of the metrics that we have seen, some of the key success factors out of the migration of this, and it has helped us reduce the operational costs as well as improve efficiencies. In just 1 month, Fujitsu was able to implement automated quality management using generative AI by eliminating the need of any bias and also increasing the sample rate in the service desk evaluations. By integrating sentiment analysis and real-time analytics, the system automatically tracks customer emotions, sentiment, and trends, replacing the manual process and adapting for each customer's unique experience. The main objective were to improve user experience and customer satisfaction by increasing the QA sample rate from 4% to 100%, allowing this for a more targeted feedback, agent feedback and coaching. The automation significantly speed up the process, turning hours of work into seconds, while also helping us eliminate human bias for a more objective and consistent set of evaluations. This solution provides unmatched coverage, helps us evaluate all calls in real time, and it offers clear performance metrics and trends using, again, QuickSight dashboards that we have integrated into the solution. With the implementation of our AWS data lake, we were able to simplify governance by ensuring consistent enforcement with data policies and making it easier to track usage across the organization. It also facilitated compliance with regional data storage laws, reducing legal and financial risks. This data lake also enabled data availability, allowing the business to respond to emerging trends and making data-driven decisions. Finally, the process became more stable and reliable with implementation of new business intelligence tools in a faster and more efficient way. And finally, as we continue to grow and our transformation journey, our next steps are centered around enhancing both customer and agent experiences through the use of innovative AI-driven solutions. We start by introducing a virtual assistant for customers, providing immediate automated support for quick resolutions. We follow this with implementation of step-by-step guides which work for both agents and customers, and it allows us to ensure clear and efficient task completion. These guides will help us reduce the likelihood of errors in the support process. Next, the introduction of Amazon Q for Agent Assist will give our agents additional tools to get AI-powered responses, helping them resolve issues quickly and more accurately. Then, for managers, our introduction of the generative AI for Manager Assist use case will provide additional insights, making decision-making tools to optimize operations and support our agents more efficiently. And finally, we'll implement automated quality management, streamlining the review process to ensure a consistent quality and continuous improvement. And with this, I leave you back to Jing and Tom for a closure of this session. Thank you.
What a great... Hello? Hello? Okay, there we go. What a great story, Alex. One of my questions coming up when we go to Q&A is, what has this meant to you professionally? But it's been a wonderful journey to be with you on this. One of the things I want to mention is Fujitsu is a great customer, by which I mean they're tough but fair, and they're demanding but fair. They expect the best from us and push us to deliver. So thank you. Thank you. Okay. Jing, and I'm going to speak for Jing and for myself now. Amazon Connect's job is not just to send you off to use the free tier and have you figure out how to use Amazon Connect and forecasting, capacity planning, and scheduling for yourself. We also want to help you transform your business. We take pride in supporting you through the process, making sure that you get everything you need to successfully migrate your contact center and adopt the solutions that Alex talked about. You use quite a few of our solutions. This is something that customers tell us that they love about working with us. We have specialized professional services. We have support teams who are experts in contact center migrations. We have programs and partners to help accelerate you through any phase of a migration. And if you're looking to learn from us, either Amazon Retail or AWS, whether it's about our technology or best practices that we use in our large-scale customer service contact centers, we have programs, experts, and training tools to fit your need. I'd encourage you to reach out to Jing after the session if you want to know more about that. We also have a bunch of other sessions. You can see them here. 2 breakouts on Tuesday and two chalk talks. We have 3 breakouts and a workshop and a chalk talk on Wednesday, a breakout with Air Canada on Thursday, and as well as 2 chalk talks then. So I really appreciate you coming here. Hope this was a great use of your time. want to emphasize that there's obviously a lot more great content. Two more things. One is, if you aren't registered already and you're a customer, please register to come to our customer reception tomorrow night at the Bellagio. You can just scan that QR code. I will leave this on screen for just a minute or two. The other request is go to your app and rate this performance. We love feedback. Good, great, hey, good except for this, wow, Alex and Jing were great, Tom, you got to working on delivery, whatever. We'd love to have your comments, okay, sincerely. And I do this almost every year, and your comments help me do a better job for attendees next year. Really appreciate you spending time here. Having two of the three customers Jing referenced in her slide, either in the front row or on stage with me is just a delight. So thank you so much for coming. Please reach out.
Thanks. Enjoy the rest of our reInvent and make sure attending my sessions. Thank you.